Alright, what's happening everyone? This is another tank update. I thought that I'd show everyone a little bit about what's happening. I know it seems pretty boring for most people, and it's just because nothing much seems to change, but what's happened now, which is quite nice, is that we've got a lot more of the polyps are open on this one now. I did figure out the name, someone told me, but then again I forgot. So because of the sort of color that's happening on the light at the moment, all you can really see is that Lumo green center, which is really bright, and every now and again the shimmer from the AR prime catches that green really nicely. So what we can see here, okay Dwayne, take it easy. What we can see here is that a lot more, so that's Dwayne, he just, maybe if I acknowledge him he'll go away. So a lot more of the polyps are open. There were only about 4 open a couple days ago, but now pretty much all of them, with the exception of maybe one on the right hand side there, are still closed. I fed these guys all today, so I fed them some sort of really small coral food. I'll put the name in the description, I can't remember what it is now. So the goni's looking nice and thick. The problem I think here is with the zoas, because Dwayne keeps on sitting on them. So for you guys who don't know who Dwayne is the lawnmower Blenny. He keeps sitting on them, so they never really get a chance to open fully. He doesn't seem to like sitting on these guys at the back, but he definitely likes sitting on, alright, there you go Japes, say hello, get it out the way, that's JP everyone. He started doing some interesting things. I'm going to try and get a video of it maybe tomorrow or the next day. So the zoas keep closing up, but it's not the end of the world, I guess. They do open every now and again. That's Wiz. Yep, there's Wiz. He's a little one-spot fox-faced rabbitfish. There he is. Where were we? Alright. So, that coral up there is also doing really beautifully. It's got a really nice movement. It's adding a lot of movement to that corner of the tank. Before that was in there wasn't really anything happening. So now we've got that little top corner that's got a bit of movement going, which is adding. We've also got this movement down here and a little bit of movement with the hammers down the bottom. Now it seems to me as though every day those hammers are just getting thicker and thicker and fatter, which is really nice, and I'm really happy about the way they are settling in. I've got them sort of glued to a piece of shelf rock which I've shoved underneath there as a platform. Yeah, you want food, buddy? Unlucky, I fed you like already today, so get over it twice. Maybe I'll feed you later, we'll see how you behave yourself. Anyway, so there's that's the hammers that are looking really nice and really full. There's Dwayne just picking up some food off the ground. Now, the other thing that I wanted to add in today was just a little update about how it's going in the sump now. The sump does tend to be quite a boring topic for a lot of people, but for me it's quite fun. So just excuse this noise. That's the chair I was sitting on. Alright, so in the sump I've got the lights on. It normally only runs later, but I've got the lights on now to show everyone what's cracking. And what seems to be happening here is I've tried to set this up, like I said before, as a Triton method. So hopefully I'm going to run the full Triton method when it's all available. So here it is, the Kessil H80. I've got it set at the moment to, I think it's on the grow setting, as well as at full intensity or near full intensity. I found when it was really full, the actual calopa was going sort of see-through, and also it was growing a whack load of just unnecessary stuff all along the sides of the sump. But this was a really small ball of keto about 3 weeks ago, and it's actually going really well. It's growing quite big. It's sort of taken up, I'd say, about maybe a quarter of this compartment, which all in all is maybe about 20 litres. Maybe just a little less than 20 litres. Now, another thing you can see, if you guys remember the first video, was that down part was a lot further, and it extended sort of right down to maybe almost the bottom. And I found that what was happening was it wasn't actually stirring up the water in here enough. So now that I've done that, you can actually see quite a bit of oxygen forming on the keto. Well, just take my word for it. The other thing that's happened quite well is that this Aqua One skimmer, it's about to be replaced soon with a Coral Box. I think it's a D300 Plus or something. It's actually like almost breaking in a bit. So I cleaned it yesterday, but you can see there's a little bit of gunk on the top there, and it's actually starting to actually make some skimmate, which is not bad. I mean, it's what you expect for something that comes sort of almost free with the tank setup. But yeah, so the coolest thing I think about this light is that it doesn't seem to run very hot at all, right? I mean, obviously I've just put it on, but even in the mornings when I come and turn it off, it works really, really well. The spectrum can change quite significantly, so it goes all the way sort of from the blue on that side, which I don't think is really at this stage useful for me, but it does obviously have its reasons. Then we get here to the sort of grow setting where it's got that perfect spectrum for the different types of chlorophyll. And then we've got, this is a bloom setting up, because obviously it's a grow light. Maybe if you're growing something, you know, it all depends on what you feel like growing in your house. It'll grow, it'll bloom, it sort of promotes the blooming of things. And then right down here is the infrared setting, which is pretty insane, and I don't really see, maybe I'm an idiot and there's a reason for it, but for the sake of putting it in the fuge, I think putting it at that grow setting, which I think I'm trying to use the camera to make sure it's in the right place. I think it's somewhere there. Yeah, so that's the sump, and back there we've got the row flask. Here we've got the carbon, and then the return pump. Yeah, so it's a lot cleaner down here. I actually did a little sump clean out, which I sort of stole the idea from CJ. There's a YouTuber named CJ. I'll put a link in the comment section to his channel. I've learned a whole bunch from him, and he's got this really cool manifold which sets like a sump cleanup. So you sort of go return pump back into this section of the sump here, and it just kind of goes through the skimmer over and over and over again, and kicks up all the crap that's in there, and you kind of clean your sump out without having to get overly dirty. Now it's not a full clean, but it works really well. I was able to get a lot of the junk out of underneath here, which I was pretty happy about, because I was getting kind of manky under there. So yeah, that's basically the setup, and yeah, it's all going really, really well. The corals are settling in really, really nicely. The Goni's looking good. It's still early days though, so we'll have to see how that does. But yeah, that guy up at the top there, I'm really happy with him. He's just added a real nice dimension to the tank, and everything's looking good. So basically what we'll do is we'll say sort of, oh, he looks funny in this light, doesn't he? So he looks like he's got so many weird dots on him, but the truth is he doesn't have any of those dots. I think it's the blue. So Wiz, Dwayne, Japes, and the corals, they're all saying goodbye, and we'll see you again soon. Peace.